Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, with the latest opinion poll that was conducted, it was showing that 60% of Rift Valley is ready for demonstrations. Remember, this scientific opinion poll is coming at a time when we have had 3 phases of mass action in this country. And all of it has been a success, though as of late we are seeing increase in police brutality during demonstrations. Now with all this, it is telling that when the entire country is in demonstration, at least what Ruto would hope for is that Rift Valley will side with him. So when everyone is against the state, because Ruto now is the head of the state, his home, Rift Valley, is going to remain with him. But with all this, the sad news is that even Rift Valley is willing to join mass action. 60%. Now, with all this, we know Azimio had announced that we are going to resume demonstration on Wednesday. That was the earlier announcement they had made. But then later, yesterday night, there is an update that was sent to the newsroom indicating that Azimio will not be leading demonstration on Wednesday, but instead they will be visiting the victim of police brutality. They will be mourning those who have lost their lives and just paying, giving respect to those individuals who have been affected. And this is what was shared. I quote, Azimio has made the decision that on Wednesday, rather than go to the street for a peaceful demonstration as earlier announced, we will hold a solidarity parade and a vigil for victims of police brutality in various locations in all parts of the country. We are calling Kenyans to come out and light candles and lay flowers in remembrance of and respect for the victim. We have visited hospitals and mosques, and we have established that police and hired gangs have shot and killed or wounded scores of people at close range. So Azimio has been making several visits to different hospitals. Of course, I've even seen like Governor Gladys Wanga visiting some homes, and the victim have been able to explain the horror they have gone through. If you go to hospitals, it is disturbing images we are seeing. Of course, close to 50 people have lost their lives. And before this statement, there was also another statement that was released by the Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni, and he was blaming the government on the victimization of a community within this country. His question was one, why is the government targeting Luos during a demonstration? That was the big question, because if you check, it is not only in it's not only in Kisumu or Nyanza region where demonstration was happening. Demonstration was across the country. But Luos have been targeted so badly, and they have suffered in the hands of police.
You explain the massacre of the Luos, because let us not mince word. In the last 1 week, what we have experienced in this country is a massacre of the Luos. The killing of Luos, really a genocide that has now been committed by this regime in this country. And remember, Ruto is still mstakiwa kule ICC. Hajaachiliwa, yet his regime has committed another genocide. And the police officers who are serving today needs to be careful. They need to talk to those who are in office before. In fact, it is good that those retired are being called. Wawaambie hiyo safari wanatumiwa itawaacha huko ICC wakiwa peke yao. Now that you have mentioned the police officers, so you cannot, how can our police officers, because this is what is happening, they are taking instructions from politicians, members of parliament, MCAs, kama wengine hapa Nairobi, governors. They are the ones saying you saw Arama in the streets of Nakuru with a gun, moving around, and you're asking, when he's moving in the streets and he's the commander, he was the commander in chief. So you can tell that many things are outside this constitution, and we need to call these people out.
And by the way, going through that statement, Azimio Umoja seemingly it has not officially called off demonstrations. They have literally just suspended it. And the question is why and which way forward for Azimio Umoja? Before we try to respond to that, just a quick request for those who are watching and you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, the truth is that in all the demonstrations that we have gone through, Ruto, his government and the police have been exposed. Indeed, police have acted like goons. They have killed, they have caused mayhem, and they are the ones disrupting peace during a demonstration. That came out very clear. And seemingly, it's like they were still very much organized to continue killing Kenyans. If you check on the latest statement from Ruto Kindiki, when Azimio announced the Wednesday demonstration, in fact, he said, I quote him, that whatever happened was just a warm-up. And therefore, they are preparing very well for demonstration. At 1 a.m., the police will be ready to deal with those who are demonstrating. That was Ruto Kindiki. So it means, even despite the fact that 50 people have lost their lives, more than 300 Kenyans have been injured with gun bullets. Still, this regime is promising to come and kill more. If this was a warm-up, then 50 people have lost their lives. It means they are even preparing to kill 100 plus. If 300 people were injured through a gun bullet, then it means they are preparing maybe to wound more than 1,000. If they are calling that one a warm-up. So look at that. It shows you that this regime is prepared to shed more blood. And because of this, it is turning out that the Luo community seemingly was carrying this cross. They were carrying the entire burden of the country. Because then the brutality largely was targeting the Luos. And therefore they have suffered carrying the burden of this country. With all this, Azimio is tactically taking this break to strategize and understand on how to go about and safeguard the community. It has come very clear. It has come out very clear that William Ruto is so tribalistic, and seemingly he is angry with one tribe in this country, and that tribe is Luo. He has too much anger towards his own cousins. Remember, Luo and Kalenjins are all Nylons. We have River Lake Nylons and Highland Nylons. So Luos are a Kalenjin cousins. That's the truth. But the anger that Ruto has towards the Kalenjin, the Luos, I'm telling you, it is huge. And with all this, Luos have totally suffered. And this is one of the reasons why we are seeing Azimio retreating to strategize way forward. Just like what Jeremiah Kioni has said, and just like the first statement that was released by the minority leader, Opio and I. Luos have become the target, and indeed they have suffered a lot. Number two, with the act of going to light candles and mourn the victims who have suffered, who have died from police gun, it is also a sign to expose the Kenya Kwanza government. If Azimio is going to conduct this activity led by the top leadership, then it's going to attract attention of this country. And once it's going to attract the attention of this country, then the number of people who have died is going to come out, because Raila is saying that they are going even to be naming those who have died as they mourn them, as they lay the flowers to give the last respect. If they are going to name the victims, call out their names, then the documentation will continue, and this camera will be exposed on the number of people whom they have killed through police illegal orders, and the world is going to know this. Then they will also be reaching out to those people who are in hospital and they have suffering from the wound from a gun bullet. With all this, again, the world is going to know the number of people who have been injured by a bullet. Then this government is going to be exposed. So Raila Odinga is literally retreating to at least safeguard a community, and number two, expose this regime, so that the world will know indeed these people have killed. Because if you check in all that has happened, there is nowhere we have seen police officers who have died in the hands of demonstrators. No. Kama kuna mwenye amekufa ama amekuwa injured, then it is sponsored goons paid by the government to do so. Because after the PG, we had that people are going to protect themselves. We saw a member of parliament in Nakuru there with a pistol in public, saying that he's safeguarding his properties, and he was asking police officers to kill demonstrators. So this is a strategy to retreat and plan, and maybe soon Azimio is going to read the mood to see what will happen. But again, the message has been sent to the government. Cost of living, sort it out. Finance bill, sort it out. If they are willing to sit down and sort these issues, then better. If not, Kenyans will soon gain energy and they will be back to the street. Again, demonstration after demonstration, it is becoming a fatigue for many people. Though literally saying that they are ready for demonstration, it means at least they need to have once in a week. That one, like Friday, what we're doing about Mapema weekend, that one is manageable. But 2 times or 3 times in a week, it has become fatigue. So with all this, I think Azimio is retreating and planning way forward. Those could be some of the reasons why Azimio is recalling this, is suspending the mass action, and to see on how they will go about. You know, you cannot use the same trick now and again.